wacha mtoto akue part of this preparation ya kukuja shule, lakini usimuonyeshe keje unapitia completely. Wacha aone budget. This is what I have used for your shopping list. This is what I have used for your uniform. This is what the amount of money the school requires. Ndio akienda akue na ile mentality ya I really need to work hard, isikue waste.
Hello our viewers, welcome to today's show. This is Teens Untold with me, Auntie Marge. We are back, it's another Sunday, and today, last time we were talking about the challenges of new students who are joining Form 1, and today it's all about parents, their role. Before before your boy joins Form 1, what are your responsibility as a parent? What are you supposed to do to make sure your child is ready to join Form 1 and definitely have an easy time? And with me today, she's back again. Her name was Juliet, but for the sake of the new viewers, I'm going to give her an opportunity to introduce herself. Karibu sana, Juliet.
Thank you. I'm Juliet from Ngatha Secondary School, and I was here last Sunday, and I'm happy to be back.
Karibu sana, Juliet. Asante, you're back. It's glad to have you back for a second time. And of course today, last time it was all about the student. Today I want us to focus on the parents, and I want us to think in the line of, now you're a teacher. Being a teacher, what are your expectations? Like when these students are coming, what role do you guys feel like we as parents should play before like releasing this child now to you, the teachers? What do you think, or what can you like advise or maybe communicate to the parents out there for them to know, like what role are they supposed to play before now bringing the child to you, like before the children now comes to you, like now to becomes your responsibility? What are the roles that they're supposed to play?
Parents are supposed to guide their kids. A parent should tell the kid that you are going to a new environment, you are going to find new people, you are going to find new teachers. They are not the teachers that you used to have back in primary school. And the first impression that you make is very important. Usiende huko kujifanya manga. The teachers, when you show them that you are manga, watakuchukulia kama manga, probably from Form 1 to Form 4. Unless you make a very significant change. So the first impression is very important. Heri kwanza hata unyamaze, usome watu. Usijifanye kiherehere kwa sababu watu wataishi kukuona kama kiherehere. Unaona? The second thing is that when a parent is preparing the kid to join the school, wacha make part of the process. Kama ni shopping, wacha muandamane na yeye. Kama anataka this soap, kama wewe unatumianga hii soap, wacha ajichagulie. Ndio asiende huko tena I feel like I don't want to use this soap, it's so cheap, I didn't want to use this particular soap. Wacha yeye mwenyewe ajichagulie the kind of, because that kid needs to be very comfortable with the new environment and the new people they are going to meet, you know. And again, when the parents now comes in, analeta mtoto wamefika, wacha muonyeshe that the parent first of all appreciates the school. Wacha muonyeshe I'm good with this school. This school is the best school for you. Asiende akifeel like I had these marks, nilikuwa nafaa kwenda hii shule ama alliance na nimeenda shule yenye si alliance. Wacha amuonyeshe hiyo shule yenye ameitwa na hiyo shule yenye ameenda is the best, na hiyo ndio shule ataishi kutoka Form 1 mpaka Form 4. You know, there are parents wenye wanapeanga mtoto hopes ati enda hii shule first term nitakuchange ukienda Form 2, and that parent knows for sure I'm not going to change this kid. Wacha aelewe nitasoma hii shule kutoka mwanzo hadi mwisho, kwa sababu akienda na ile mentality ya kwamba naenda kuchenjiwa shule, hata waikuwa settled, that student will never be settled. That kid will never be settled. You
but
know?
at the same time, I feel like even if the parent is definitely planning, like hata change, I feel like there will be no need of communication.
Yeah, no need.
No need.
No need.
Let the child go there, like having that mentality. I'll be here all the way from Form 1 to Form 4. And if you're planning to change them, let them know you're changing them. Like when you're actually doing it.
When you're taking the transfer. And again, let the kid know you appreciate the school. That way the student will have the school at heart. Ndio apende walimu, apende the fellow students. Usimake her feel like you were supposed to go to a bigger school and they did you an injustice for admitting you to this particular school. That's the only way that the student will concentrate in class and accept teachers, the teachers that are there. Sometimes students come in feeling that this school is performing this way because of the teachers, because of the environment, because of the climate, all those that are not real. But a student should know it's not about the school, it's about the individual. Shule huwa iperform, mtu ndiye huwa ana perform.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, the parents should be very open-minded in this preparing their kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what about in a situation whereby I have seen a situation where a parent, now that the child is now leaving, this is a child who was home going to school and back at home. Now they are going to boarding school, you know, being the first time they're going to Form 1. And the mother is busy here like, oh, I'll miss you. I don't know how life will be without you, you know, and all that. And personally, I just felt like it is not fair to this this child, because now, like the mentality you're giving them, you know, even when they go to school, probably it will be hard for them to settle. Now thinking like, I left my mother miserably. My mother is miserable. They are not happy. Do you have those students like amongst they're in school, and if they are there, what do you do? Like they come and they share like, no, I just feel bad, like I left my mom might be miserable, my mom might be going through this kind of situation. Oh, kids that came from abusive families, now they're in school and they have these fears in them. Maybe the father was very abusive to the mother, and of course they have the fear like, now that I'm not home, maybe they would feel like, me being home, I was the reason why, you know, I would protect my mom, I would protect my dad, and now that I'm not home, the protection is no longer there, and so it becomes hard for them to concentrate and definitely focus. Do you have such students in school? And if you guys do, like what role do you play as parents to make sure like you ease them up and like at least help them focus and understand like probably it is not their responsibility, regardless whether they are home or not, like there is nothing much they can do. The best thing they can do is to focus on the education.
Yeah, in fact 50% nowadays of the students come in with a lot of baggage from home. Kuna wenye wanapendwa sana kwao and they feel like they are not supposed to be in a boarding school. Like they are some even think even they are not supposed to be in school at all. They feel like that they are supposed to be at home, maybe taking care of the parents, maybe the mother. And all we do is talk to them. And I should advise the parents, stop involving your kids in your business with their partners. Kama mnapigana na the father, don't let the kid be part of, because when that student comes in, tunafanya kazi ngumu sana kumrudisha kwa line, kumrudisha kwa schedule ya shule, because this student, you find that they are always absent-minded. We are telling parents, wacha mtoto akue part of this preparation ya kukuja shule, lakini usimuonyeshe keje unapitia completely. Wacha aone budget. This is what I have used for your shopping list. This is what I have used for your uniform. This is what the amount of money the school requires. Ndio akienda akuwe na ile mentality ya I really need to work hard. Isikuwe waste. Isikuwe like my parents wasted their money on me. And again, asikuwe tena anamuinvolve kwa vitu yenye hapaswi kujua. Usimwambie mtoto ona venye babako ananitreat, you see even your father is not supporting us, hii pesa yote ndio natoa, it's not necessary. Wacha sijue kwenye pesa inatoka. If the mother is giving out 100% and the father is giving out 0%, it's not for the kid to know. Let it be your business. Be your business.
And that is very true, because many times nowadays you just find that most parents, they want to shine to the kids, and I don't understand the reason why it usually happens. You want the parent to know, like you want the child to know, like the role you're playing into making them who they are. You know, it bothers me, like when I hear a parent like making a child involved with issues to do with school fees. Because personally, I just feel like, you know, it is your responsibility to pay the school fees. You know, it is your responsibility as a parent to pay the school fees. It is not you're not doing this child a favor, but definitely it is your responsibility as a parent to pay the school fees, and the child does not require to know where that school fees comes from. Yeah. Because now when you make this child carry all those baggages, you know, minding to know where the school fees comes from, you know, my mother is the one who is working so hard, I'm the one who is working. So that is none of their business. They need not to know about all that. But parents need to understand that it is their responsibility to educate these children, to make sure they are provided for, and without even them knowing like where the money is coming from, who is providing what, who is doing what, because that is none of their business, you know. Okay, I'm also thinking of a situation whereby the girl child, being a mom, you know, what are the roles that you feel that the mom should do to empower the girl child, to make sure like when they are coming, they are strong enough to stand for themselves? Yeah.
So it's the role of the parent to remind the kid that hata ukienda the new school, periods will still come. If it's a girl child, you need to bathe. You need to bathe. Hata kama hakuna maji moto, like at home, bathing is a must as a girl child. And nobody will ask you, hata ukioga asubuhi, and before you go to bed, take a bath again. Because now you're responsible for your own self. I will not be there to remind you to take a bath on your periods. So, and for those kids whose menses are painful, they should tell a teacher. It's not shameful to share. We are girls, and it's a biological process, so everybody is going through it. So share with other girls, share with teachers, so that teacher will know these particular students usually have a very painful menses. And parents should remind the kids that si kila time kama una feel uchungu leo, next time it's not as painful as last time. Don't exaggerate. You know, girls are used to exaggerating situations. Don't exaggerate. Just go to class like everybody else and it will be okay. That's why we are very tough at school. So because juu huyu ameona mwingine ameanguka out of pain, ama that particular student have been allowed to go back to the dorm and have a rest. Sasa mwingine tena anataka take a day off, aende alale, because they saw such a situation, you know. We are very tough. Mwingine anaweza kuja analia ati ako na uchungu, and we tell them just go back to class. It's not that we are inhuman ama we are ruthless, no. It's because that these are teenagers, they exaggerate. You might never know when they are telling the truth. Yeah. And for boys also, boys also need to bathe every day. Usiambie mtoto wako mwanaume ni jasho, hapana. They need to bathe, because if they don't, then it will affect them. Wengine wataanza kuwatenga, na akitengwa it will affect their concentration and their performance. Asipo concentrate kwa class, performance, maybe mwalimu aone this boy never concentrate, and the teacher forms a very bad negative towards them. Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought up like the period moment, because I can only imagine like periods even on a normal person, regardless of the environment, it's very uncomfortable, mostly for a teenage girl who has joined school, a new school, a new environment. And of course it's always good for them to understand that they will be there, they will come, and now being in a different environment, it's no different. There's nothing different. Okay, maybe probably things like hot water to shower. That should not hinder them from taking showers. You know, you can as well do it with the cold water. You don't have necessarily like to like shower. You know, at times we were showering like in the morning, saa saba na jioni. But now here comes a time whereby you cannot do that. You know, it's important to take that shower in the morning and jioni, even with the cold waters. So in case like being a parent, you know, like your child has issues with cramps, it is always good to communicate to the school nurse even before you leave on admission day. Make sure you communicate to the school nurse, make them understand like, yeah, she has issues with cramps, so that when that period comes, of course the nurse will be aware, and of course when they go to them, there will be no that attitude being formed. Maybe they are faking it and all that, and of course they'll be well taken care of.
Yeah.
Okay, another issue I was thinking is about parents when they go, like during admission. I don't know if you encourage that, like a parent talking to another parent, then introducing your child to this other child, form that bond. But by the time even they're leaving the administration as they go to the dorm, there'll be friendship. I don't know if you guys encourage such things.
Before I comment on that, let's go back to the menses part a bit. I feel like parents should tell the kid menses hata si kitu, hiyo uchungu si, it's not such painful. So to make that girl feel strong, because when you tell them, when you raise an alarm that those menses are supposed to be something special, it's supposed to be something out of the norm, I feel like they tend to exaggerate, they tend to feel like they should be treated in a certain way during the process. So should not be an issue. Everybody have menses.
Yeah.
You don't find the politicians, the ministers, or all the women, the career women, failing to go to work simply because they are on their menses. So these girls should know, with menses or not, you're supposed to go to class. And that's why we are usually tough. Sometimes you'll find a student lying just outside the classroom because they have they are not allowed. Sometimes we don't allow them to go back to the dorm because it becomes normal. Like
they'll take advantage.
Yeah, they take advantage and they exaggerate, and it's not okay. You know. Yeah. And regarding to what you've said, we encourage parents to talk on maybe that admission day. Talk to your parents. Maybe you'll need them. Nowadays we send the results via smartphones. Unamuuliza, have you seen the results? Maybe your kid is not it's hiding the results. Ama maybe alipeana namba yenye si yako. So you should communicate to one another experience during admission day. Make your child comfortable with the other kid. Be comfortable with other parents. That way your students or rather your kid become even comfortable with other parents and other kids. Yeah.
Okay. That is so nice, because it is easy, because when you're being admitted, you talk as parents, and you know, as you're talking, you introduce your kid to this other one. So by the time they're leaving, washajuana, wamezoeana, and everything is fine. So, parting shot, what would you want parents to know as we leave? Because time is up. What would you want parents to know, like in brief?
Parents should know that sometimes it's not about the school. Sometimes it's not about the teachers. Sometimes it's about your kid. Sometimes we take blame. Now I may see a student and then judge them.
So It's such a pleasure having you here, and thank you so much that you came back, and at least we have had an opportunity now to talk to the parent. At least now they understand like the do's, what they are supposed to do and what they are not supposed to do, you know, by the time they're bringing their kids to school. And I'm glad that you're here, at least being a teacher, when you go ground, na when you unaelewa. And I'm glad we had the opportunity at least to have a conversation with you. Asante sana. And I'm so looking forward. I know some other time we'll still sit down and discuss more about children.
Of
you
course.
know, the things keep coming up here and there. So our viewers, that is all we had for today. Today it was all about the role of parents to their own kids before they take them to school, being their first time. And the first thing that has come up is that acceptance. Accept that, yeah, mtoi anatoka, anaenda, relieve the attachment. Let there be no attachments. Don't make the child feel like now that they are leaving, you feel bad, you feel terrible, you don't want them to leave. Because as they leave, they'll have that in them. In school, they'll keep thinking like you're miserable out there, like you're not living life normal, and that will make them feel so bad. It is also something else that has come up is that as a parent, it is your responsibility to make sure like your child is well informed, to know like what to expect, what not to expect. Make them part of the process, like in their preparation. Let them be part of the preparations in whatever you're buying, whether it is a school shopping. You know, when you get that admission letter, go through it with your child. Let them know what the school requires, you know, disciplinary and all that. Uniform, it is all mentioned in that letter. Make sure you go through the admission letter with your child. Make them part of the preparation. Everything that's supposed to be bought, let it be bought when they are there. Something else that you need, mostly for the girl child, the parents who have girls, you need to take them through the menstrual hygiene once again. Yeah, they have been there, they have been doing it. But remember, this is now a different environment where everything is different. So you need to take them through that whole situation. Make them understand it's just a normal, like any other time, even though there are a few things that are going to change. Because at times, the disposal, the way they were used to dispose now the pads after using. In school, it's totally different. Make them understand about those few changes, and of course how to handle them and how to go about it. Something else, when you get to school, it is always good to request for a tour. Like make sure like you request to take your child around. Make sure you do that with them. Take that tour with them. Let them be familiar with the school even before you leave. Let them know where the toilets are, where the dormitories are, where the lobbies, where the classes are, so that even as you leave, when they are being told to go to class, they know where to go. Not a matter of like they are confused, they don't even know where to go, they don't know how to do. That is very important. The other point is that make sure even as you're there being admitted as parents, make sure that you befriend a parent, another parent, and make sure that parent with the kid, you introduce the kid to your kid, so that even as the time they're leaving the administration, your child already knows another student whom they can go and start the journey together. At least they will have a friend, someone they can talk to, somebody they can try to maneuver together. Make that your responsibility even before you leave the school. Make sure your child is familiar with all those things, so that even as you leave them, they'll feel comfortable and they'll feel okay to start life new in a different environment. That is all we have for today, and I'm hoping as parents out there you have heard us. And of course, as you take your children to school, the ones who are joining Form 1, at least you put that into consideration to make sure that your kids are well and they are sober to join the new school. Until next time, this is Teens Untold. Goodbye.